The SBI Life Retire Smart Plan is a unit-linked insurance plan designed to be a pension plan. It invests your insurance premium in equities and other debt-oriented funds managed by SBI Life, which is different from the SBI Mutual Fund. And being a pension plan, it allows you to get the maturity benefits in the form of an annuity, that is, a periodic payout in retirement as a source of income. In other words, a pension. But is this a good retirement plan or a bad investment for your post-retirement future? Let us find out through an in-depth analysis in this video. Hi, welcome to holisticinvestment.in, where we help individual investors like you to make the right financial and investment decision to reach your financial goals in a more faster and smarter way. Now, before analyzing this policy, let us first understand a few details about it. So since this ULIP is meant to be a retirement plan, its policy features are also quite different from the conventional ULIPs. So the tabular column presented on the screen in front of you shows the key features of this plan. So let's figure out how this policy works with an example. Suppose you buy this policy and you're now 35 years of age. Let's assume like that. And you're choosing the 25-year policy term with a regular premium. You will pay the policy premium throughout the policy term. So your annual premium is 1 lakh. You will pay 1 lakh annually for the next 25 years. This amount will then be invested across the 3 different funds of this policy. So before we proceed with this example, here are the fund options of this policy. So these are all the fund options like equity pension fund 2, bond pension fund 2, money market pension fund 2, and for discontinued policies only you also have a discontinued policy pension fund. And as you can see in this tabular column, all these fund options are categorized based on the percentage of allocation they have to each asset classes like equity, debt, and money market instruments, and also according to the risk profile the fund option has, which can range from low to medium to high. So since this is a product made as a retirement plan, you cannot choose a fund of your choice. Instead, your policy will follow a predetermined investment strategy named the Advantage Plan. This investment strategy employs a varying asset allocation. It is not new for a ULIP policy to follow a predefined asset allocation strategy and restrict investor flexibility. Even though a predefined strategy may suit a majority of investors, it does not necessarily suit every investor's needs. The Advantage Plan investment strategy spreads your premium across the available fund based on the number of years till your policy maturity. So the tabular column presented on here demonstrates how this advantage plan works. So we have calculated the percentage of fund allocation under different funds like equity pension fund 2, bond fund pension fund 2, and money market pension fund 2 in this tabular column. So basically the idea behind this investment strategy is that in the early years more allocation is given towards the high risk, high return equity fund, and as you near the policy maturity, your fund value is reallocated to minimize risk and bring more stability to your fund value. So now that we have seen how this policy invests your premium, let's take a look at the benefits of this policy. So there are some benefits like death benefit, which in the case of policyholders' death during the policy term, the policyholder's nominee or legal heir will get a death benefit. So in this case, either of the 2 options presented under the death benefit like fund value plus terminal addition or 105% of the total premiums paid. Either of these 2 options will be given as a death benefit. So whichever is in highest in value at the date of death, that will be given as a death benefit. So here, while this is the eligible death benefit, the nominee also has the option to choose how they want to utilize the death benefit. So the 2 options are, you can either receive the death benefit as a lump sum or purchase annuity with a part of or the entire death benefit amount. So when it comes to purchasing an annuity, the nominee can choose to buy it from SBI Life or any other life insurance company of their choice. However, the nominee can use only up to 50% of the proceeds to buy an annuity from a different insurer as per IRDAI regulation. Even though this policy is an insurance cum investment policy, it does not offer any sum assured as death benefit. Hence, in any worst case scenario, your nominee is likely to receive 105% of the premiums paid. So, for a life insurance policy and considering risk management, it is totally worthless. In fact, the risk cover here is practically non existent. So, let's find out what this ULIP can offer as a maturity benefit. So, we shall take the same example as we have previously discussed earlier in the beginning of the video. So this policy with a 25-year policy term and 1 lakh annual premium with a regular premium payment term. So let's assume this. So your policy's maturity benefit will either be the highest of fund value on maturity plus terminal addition or 101% of the total premiums paid. So whichever is highest in value at the time of maturity, this will be given as a maturity benefit. So we have seen that this policy invests in equities as well. Therefore, there is no capital or return guarantee on these investments. But the policy guarantees you will receive 101% of the total premiums paid on maturity. Hence, it is more or less a promise of capital guarantee by the SBI life policy. However, you should note that the minimum policy term of the Retire Smart plan is 10 years, and it is proven that in the long term, equity investment should provide good capital appreciation and the capital risk is extremely low. So hence the 101% of the premiums paid as a maturity benefit is simply an empty reassurance from the product sellers. So that being said, you only have 3 options to utilize your maturity benefit. They are: you can either buy an annuity with the entire maturity amount or take up to 60% of your maturity amount as a lump sum at maturity. So the remaining amount can only be used for buying the annuity from the SBI Life, or finally you can choose to extend your policy term. So this policy gives you the option to use your maturity amount to buy annuities from any other insurer if you do not want to buy an annuity from SBI Life. So these are some of the benefits of this policy. Now, as we have a basic understanding of this policy, let's move on to the analysis part of the video, where we are going to conduct an IRR analysis of this policy, which is the internal rate of return. So according to the policy brochure, it assumes that the investment of your premiums in their funds are likely to generate an annual return of between 4% and 8%. So if the policy generates a 4% annual return, as per the calculation shown on the tabular column in the screen in front of you, you will realize an annual rate of return of 2.46%. If you factor in the premium allocation charge, policy administration charge, and all the other various charges present in this policy, you will realize an annual rate of return of less than 2.46%. And if this policy generates a rate of return of 8% annually, as per the calculation, you will realize an annual rate of return of 6.29%. Again, after deducting the premium allocation charges, fund administration charges, and all the other various charges, you will realize an annual return of less than 6.29%. While 6.29% is not too bad, but if we consider the policy term duration, like 25 years you're investing in this policy, and also if you take into account the equity risk involved, it is not a good choice at all. So let us look into an alternative for the SBI Life Retire Smart policy. Instead of buying this policy, you can choose to invest in Public Provident Fund (PPF), which is a low-risk government-backed scheme giving you guaranteed returns along with tax benefits. And you can also buy a term insurance plan for the purpose of life cover. So this investment you do for meeting your income needs. As you can see, the term insurance plan will give you the same insurance coverage that you will get under this policy, but at a much lesser premium charge. However, in the calculation, we are not going to opt for a pure term life insurance policy, as you get only the fund value or 105% of the premium paid as the death benefit under the SBI life policy. So we do not assume for term plan in this scenario, but you can choose to include a term plan in your retirement plan if you're planning to. So the amount you save from premium, you can invest in PPF, but the prevailing interest rate for PPF for the 2024 to 2025 quarterly is 7.1% per annum. So what will be your return if you invest the entire 1 lakh annually for the next 25 years in PPF? So as you can see, the returns from PPF are guaranteed by the government of India, and you will be able to withdraw this amount in a lump sum. So this 68.7 lakhs can provide you an annual income of 2,56,657 rupees for the next 25 years, even if you do not invest it anywhere. Another advantage of PPF, as I have already mentioned, is that the investment and the maturity benefit of PPF are completely tax free under Section 80C of the Income Tax Act. So it has the well known triple E tax exempt status. Again, we are taking up another alternative. So in this alternative, we are going to choose to invest in an ELSS mutual fund and also a term insurance plan. So ELSS mutual fund invest in stocks. So the advantage of this alternative is that it can give you very high returns due to the high growth potential of stock market. So the disadvantage is there is no guaranteed returns that you will get from investment in ELSS, because ELSS mutual funds returns depend on the performance of the stocks that they invest in. So this alternative is good for your retirement planning only if you are a high income earner. So in case the ELSS you invest in ends up giving high returns, you can have a very comfortable retirement income. So in case your ELSS investments gives you a low return, you should still have enough savings to meet your retirement needs without any difficulty. That's why you need to have a high risk appetite for investing in this investment vehicle. So we can assume that it is highly likely that an ELSS investment can give you an annual return of at least 12% based on its previous track record. So at this annual rate of return, 1 lakh invested annually for 25 years will grow to 1 crore 33 lakhs 94,844 rupees. So you will get this amount after a deduction of 12.5% long-term capital gains tax. Here also we did not include the term plan in the combination of investment because previously, as I have mentioned, the SBI Life is only going to give you the fund value, the premiums paid as a maturity benefit. That's why for a fair comparison, just like in PPF, we have only taken into consideration ELSS vehicle, investment vehicle. But if you can also add a term insurance plan for a better and essential coverage for your family and your loved ones in the case of your absence. So after a thorough review of all the other alternative investment options for this SBI policy, it seems that ELSS and PPF are far better options. We should not fall for the glitz of new plans in the market, but compare and review the new plan with the traditional investment options, because this will help you to analyze whether the calculated returns are good or bad compared to ELSS and PPF. And most of the time, PPF and ELSS seems to be a good option after thorough review. So what is the final verdict? Should we invest in the SBI Life Retire Smart Plan or not? Is it worth investing or not? This policy is presented as a retirement plan, but considering the benefits and the alternatives, it is clear that it is a well-presented subpar product. Neither a reliable insurance plan nor a retirement plan. And for you as a long-term investor, it would be better for you to go for alternatives rather than fall for such products. Consult your financial advisor and chart out a retirement plan so that you can achieve real financial freedom that you can 100% depend on. To achieve financial freedom in your retirement, stay away from policies like the SBI Life Retire Smart Plan, because this is not a smart plan for planning your retirement or meeting your life insurance needs. If you are a conservative investor, the smart option for you will be PPF plus a term insurance plan. But if you have a better tolerance for investment risk, the smart option for you will be ELSS plus term insurance policy. And please don't adhere to amateur bits of advice and fake customer reviews on social media platforms like Quora, Facebook, Twitter, etc. It is always wise to consult with a professional financial planner before taking a decision that will affect your financial future in the long run.
If you want to read more about this policy, then you can definitely check out the blog post we have posted on our website through the link in the description. And if you want to gain more professional guidance through a professional financial planner, you can choose to book a one-on-one complimentary consultation with one of our professional financial planner through the link in the description. Also, if you want to gain more investment and financial insights through the leading experts in the finance industry, we also conduct regularly free live webinars through which you can register and gain these insights. The link is in the description. Also, if you like this video, definitely hit like and subscribe to YouTube channel so we can come up with more such financially beneficial content for you. Thank you for watching.